This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Get on a plane and head to Salt Lake City today for their game tomorrow with Utah. It's a 11 a.m. kick. Our coverage tomorrow morning with Optimum Game Day Live at 7 a.m. The Choice is in for Jamie this morning. Jeff's here. I'm here. You're here. We want your thoughts and comments on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. You like the early kick?
For a road team, yes.
Yeah. What's your preferred time at home?
If I'm going selfish, I still like the early kicks because it leaves me some day open so I can watch other football games. But for Texas Tech's sake,
night game.
It's got to be a night game.
It's got to be a night game
because it's the best atmosphere possible.
I love the night game. I like the 2:30 kick.
I do when it's not hot.
Yeah. I mean, we'll have that coming up here in October now. Although the weather, aside from the rain delays, has been quite pleasant for the fans on both the east and the west side and the north side. The south side, they were smart. The architects were. They constructed it so that everything's in the shade.
Shade everything. Yeah,
they shaded everything.
People are going to pay for those expensive seats.
Right, and that's what they told them. I have a buddy of mine who's got seats there in the south end zone, and I said, "Well, how's that going to be with it?" Well, no, they guaranteed us every game's going to be in the shade. Okay. Well, it's an engineering school, so they figured it out.
Yeah, they did.
So good for them. Good for them. I'm a night game guy. I hate the 11 a.m. kick. Let me ask you this: you will watch a random college game, but you will not watch a random NFL game? Is that correct?
No, that's not right.
Okay.
I would watch a random. I'm more likely to watch a random college game, but I'll watch both.
You watch both. Okay.
Like Sunday afternoon. Like NFL football, outside of the Cowboys and mostly Chiefs, is not appointment television. But if I'm not doing anything on Sunday, and if I'm just plopping in the chair, I'm absolutely turning on whatever football game is there. So,
well, I've not.
Last night I turned the Dolphins and Bills on when I got home.
The Bills eked it out. They won 31-21. Eked it out. Maybe you'd be a bit rich to say, but. Probably the game was a little bit closer than what some would thought. Tua was 22 of 34, 146 yards, threw a critical interception. Josh Allen, 22 of 28, 213, 3 touchdowns. Okay. So there you go. So I'm looking forward to my NFL Sunday. We'll have the Cowboys and the Giants on the air. The Cowboys and the Bears on the air for you. The Chiefs play the Giants, so it's a little different on Sunday for me. Certainly 3 o'clock appointment television, Cowboys. That'll roll right into Sunday Night Football. Beautiful, no problems there. And now the question just becomes, what's the noon game of choice? So it's a full day of football at my house. Full day of football. Yeah, without question. So the early games include Colts and Titans. Packers and Browns, Bengals, Vikings, Steelers, Patriots, maybe Rams, Eagles. That might be one. Jets and Bucks. Have you flipped your script on Baker Mayfield, or do you still dislike him like I do?
Somewhere in between. I mean, I haven't fully flipped a script. He's not a guy I actively root for, but the frustrations towards him have gone away. It's kind of like the Aggies. I mean, he's not in my sight line that much.
Okay.
Like the Aggies they were in the conference and you saw them a bunch. Now it's the disdain for him is just not near as strong. So, and I also think when Baker keeps his mouth shut, I think he's a good quarterback. When he runs his mouth, he doesn't tend to be a good quarterback. So.
He ran his mouth the other night and kind of worked out for him.
Yeah, it did.
So I still have disdain for him. His lack of respect to Texas Tech and Coach Kingsbury is I have not forgotten that.
I think it was stupid, the whole situation. And anybody with a brain, which apparently most of ESPN and their reporters still don't have one, anybody with a brain could figure out that of course, Cliff Kingsbury was going to give his starting quarterback or his quarterback a scholarship.
Right.
Saying that he wasn't going to get a scholarship is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard and the dumbest things I've ever heard reported. But,
Right.
Right.
Let's see here. Coach Joey McGuire last night on Red Raider Football with Joey McGuire said that this is the best game on Saturday, strength versus strength. He's really excited about the game. And, it feels like that, the team that probably makes the least mistakes, team that takes care of the football the best. He said, we've got to contain their quarterback, and can they handle our vertical game? And how do the one-on-one battles go? So
I think it is the best game on Saturday, trying to be objective with it. You can look at some other ones. Illinois, Indiana's in the conversation, but I still don't know what either of those teams are. I mean, people can say the same about Utah and Tech. So that's one there. There's Auburn at Oklahoma. That's an entertaining one with Jackson Arnold returning to Norman. But they've already done an OU game, or College Game Day's already done an OU game. I saw David Ubben tweet out, shock that, why would Game Day not be in Salt Lake City this week?
because Big Noon Kickoff's going to be there.
They've done both before.
Have they really?
Yeah. The first game of the year was in...
Really?
Was it Michigan? No, it was Ohio State and Texas. Yeah. They
were both there?
both there, yeah.
Okay.
They're both there because it was a Fox game, but ESPN wanted to be there for game day.
For Lee Corso and stuff like that.
Yeah, they don't do both often, but they do at times.
Okay. Well, that's... I was not aware of that. I thought that they'd be separate on that. All right, Caleb Douglas, what's your take on him? Damn, we're out of time, but
You want me to hold it?
Well, just give us a little
I can
snippet.
just tell you that I just think he's in a mix of a bunch of really good receivers right now. I don't think there's anything wrong.
Oh, I don't think there's anything wrong with him. He's just kind of gotten lost in the shuffle a little bit.
I don't think it'll continue that way.
Yeah.
I think he has a big game this weekend.
Okay.
This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Drive, time for this day in sports history. Today is the 19th day of September. A little disappointing. Here's Jeff McGuire with this day in sports history.
Choice, he's so upset that we're not here on the 21st.
I figured. Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah. Soil, breeze, and blaze.
However, on this day in 1919, I'm sorry, on 9/19, 1955, Cubs slugger Ernie Banks hits a record 5th grand slam of the season.
Wow.
That's amazing.
This just in, maybe walk him if the bases are loaded at that point. 1973, Frank Robinson of the Angels homers in a record 32nd Major League Baseball ballpark. Guess what number 32 was?
Arlington?
Arlington Stadium.
Wow.
And people forget that Frank Robinson played for the Angels. I mean, he was a Cincinnati Red. He played for the Orioles and had a little bit of time with the Angels.
1986, Chicago White Sox Joe Crowley no hits the California Angels 7-1. 1988, American diver Greg Louganis hits his head on the diving board during the 3-meter springboard preliminaries at the Seoul Olympics.
That was ugly. It was ugly.
It was bloody.
Yes.
He recovers to qualify for the final, which he would then win the following day. 2015, Patrick Mahomes accounted for 3 touchdowns as Texas Tech remained unbeaten with a 35-24 non-conference win over reeling Arkansas.
That was there, right?
That was a blast.
That was the game there, right?
That was the one there.
Yeah. And Coach Kingsbury had suited up for his post-game press conference and had the
Which he never did.
which he never did, right? And had the carnation, and
Yep.
he truly that's probably his most satisfying win, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
But I mean, the Texas game.
There were two
obviously.
Texas wins that are
But
up
that one
there.
was particularly satisfying because of Brett Bielema.
For him, on a personal standpoint, and I loved beating them because of how they beat us the year before. Mm-hmm. That was a really fun game because there was a lot of Arkansas SEC arrogance in that game.
Sure.
You have no chance. So, yeah. I mean,
And for those of you who don't know what Cliff Kingsbury said that night.
I just think the physicality, that's a program that prides themselves on being physical. And the Texas High School Coaches Convention this summer, he stood up and said, if you don't play with a fullback, we'll kick your ass. If you throw it 70 times a game, we'll kick your ass. And he just got his ass kicked twice in a row and probably next week by A&M as well. So that did feel good.
it did feel good. That was so against the Cliff Kingsbury grain, too.
Yes.
That was just not his personality.
No.
You could tell it really bothered him. Man, that was a fun night, though. I think that was one of the biggest problems of the Cliff Kingsbury era was almost all of your big wins came away from Jones Stadium.
Oh, yeah. There's some truth to that.
I mean, so your fans didn't get to necessarily experience
right.
the fun. Mm-hmm. The fun parts.
That's a great point.
It is National Butterscotch Pudding Day.
Out. Choice?
I like butterscotch in general. I don't know if I've ever had the pudding, so I'm in. I'll try it.
I like pudding.
You're a trier.
I'm absolutely a trier.
I hear you talk about that all the time. You try virtually anything if it's put in front of you.
Once? Sure.
Yeah, right.
Sure, yeah.
Sometimes twice. Like if I wasn't sure about the first one.
Yeah,
I'm supposed
to drink chocolate milk through a wiener straw next week for a punishment. I'll try it.
A wiener straw?
Have you not seen these?
A hot dog straw, that's hollowed out, and you drink it through the hot dog.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to taste like chocolate milk
and
with a little bit of salt.
And hot dog.
Is it a boiled hot dog or a grilled hot dog?
I think it's raw.
Oh.
I have no idea.
I think we can do whatever, but yeah.
Happy birthday today, Alan Voskuil, 39.
Man, that makes me feel old.
That does.
Oh my gosh, 39.
Alan Voskuil.
Tomorrow.
I bet he could still hit a jump shot, though.
Bet he could.
I bet he can still throw a strike. AJ Ramos turns 39.
I don't know.
I bet he can throw a strike.
Maybe
it's the strike somebody out at this point is different.
Yeah.
Where does he live? He's not back in Lubbock, is he?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not betting against him, though.
Yeah.
Back to today. Jimmy Fallon is 51. Trae Young, 27. George Springer-Dinger is 36. And quite possibly one of the most inspirational athletes of all time, Jim Abbott, turned 58 today.
Without question. No doubt. That's a great point.
Yeah.
And on this day, 1995, the Manifesto by the Unabomber, an anti-technology terrorist, is published by the New York Times and Washington Post in the hopes that someone would recognize the person who, for 17 years, had been sending homemade bombs through the mail that had killed and maimed innocent people around the United States. After reading the manifesto, David Krasnick linked the writing style to that of his older brother Ted Kaczynski. I knew this one. Why did I do that? To Ted Kaczynski, who later was convicted of the attacks and sentenced to life in prison without parole. All told, Unabomber was responsible for murdering 3 people and injuring another 23. And that, this day's sports history.
Stay in sports history. Thank you, Jeff. This from the Yates Flooring Center chat line. You can participate, too. Go to the Double T 97.3 mobile app presented by Happy State Bank. Good morning from Central Texas. Good morning. Get my chores done early tomorrow morning, then sit on the porch with a Bloody Mary and watch Tech dominate. You can also sync it up and listen to Brian Jensen, John Harris,
that's right,
and Chris Level. Choice will have all the dials spun in the appropriate direction.
We hope.
The game is definitely brought to you by Chois Woodman.
Do you?
No.
Do you feel a little extra pressure as you're walking into the stadium, just kind of hoping everything goes right?
Yes. Every time. Nervous every time, because especially a new stadium,
right,
that I haven't been to. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, there's...
Because you know it's all on you.
It is all on me, whether the game gets on the air or not.
Right,
so.
and if it's not, it's like hell to pay.
Yes. Yes, all of the above. So there is pressure. I like to get there plenty early. I'd rather be sitting around.
I don't
waiting.
blame you. I don't blame you.
But plenty early tomorrow is really early. So,
What time will you get to the stadium tomorrow?
probably 7:30 a.m. Salt Lake City time.
Okay.
Because it's a 10 o'clock kick. We'll get there about
2.5 hours
before kick. If I have my druthers, it would be 7.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Let me go full 3.
No chance of going tonight, I guess, huh?
Doesn't feel like the window's there tonight.
Because the team is leaving noonish.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're not going to have boots on the ground until, 2 or 3 in the afternoon?
Something like that,
Yeah. So, and by the time you get all settled, then it'll be lights out. And then it comes quickly the next morning.
Yes, it does.
It comes quickly.
Yes, it does.
Thinking about it now, do you kind of feel like his stomach churning?
Get my anxiety up, Chuck.
churning just
it's all good.
Just a little bit.
It's all good. Yeah, we're fine. We'll make it.
Well, that's good. We're rooting for you because we're all dependent on when the clock hits 11.
I know, and I got an email from their radio guy like, "Hey, it's a tight booth. It's like he's already telling me all the things." I'm like, "Okay, great." We usually have radio frequency issues from our visiting booth, and I'm like, "Okay,
beautiful,
good to know all this stuff."
Nice.
Hey, at least you're going into a fest before you get there.
It's a hostile environment, so it should be for you as well, right?
Hostile. Guess it'll be the opposite of them bringing us Cougar Tails and ice cream at BYU.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think they're quite as. Doesn't seem like the Utes are quite as friendly.
Doesn't seem.
Well, it's a little hard to be friendly when you got your nose stuck up in the ear.
Yeah. All right, we will have Red Raider football tomorrow, courtesy of Chois Woodman, here on Double T 97.3. And brought to you by. Look forward to that tomorrow from Salt Lake City.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Morning with Chois Woodman. Choice is in for Jamie this morning, and Jeff McGuire is here as well. It's been a Friday or two since Jeff has been with us. It's not like he hasn't been working. He's been really working, really, really, really working. So we're glad to have Jeff with us. He's probably glad to be here today. All right? Are you glad to be here today?
Yeah.
Yeah, it beats the alternative, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bloody nose almost beats the alternative.
We could try it next home game and see.
A bloody nose?
Oh, no. Yeah. No, I'd rather.
In the nose
Because the bloody nose will stop.
Syntax Hank says this, top of the morning to you, gents. Not sure our guys and the coaches are ready for the pressure of the spotlight.
Okay.
What? So Utah 28, Texas Tech 24. This is a veteran group. And so I think that's what is really appealing about this Texas Tech football team. And we've yet to see the spotlight. We're getting ready to see it. But I think the fact that you've got guys that have been in these, quote, arenas before and played in big games before, maybe not necessarily for Texas Tech or as a unit, but, man, I think Coach McGuire's made it very clear. They're vets, they're pros.
I think you never know how guys are going to react until they're there. So I do think this is an older group. I think you've got good leadership on this group, which I think there's been some years where you've lacked that. But Baron Morton, Jacob Rodriguez, you want to start with those two on either side of the ball, and I like the leadership you have. So I don't know that they won't be ready, but there are some individuals who have probably never played in a road environment like this. Mm-hmm. I mean, you've got a few guys like a Terrence Carter, who comes from Louisiana, and you've got Skylar Gill-Howard, who comes from Northern Illinois. I think they actually played. Did they play Notre Dame last year? So maybe they. So there's some that have been in this environment, and there are some that this will be brand new to them.
Yeah.
So. But I think that's where you just lean on the leadership and the veterans like you're talking about.
So we get this from Viva 73. Viva 73 and Syntax Inc., they're usual suspects for us in the morning. They're frequent contributors, okay?
They do all day long.
Okay. I don't monitor all day. I mean, I have a pretty high level of awareness of what's going on throughout the day. shockingly, I have a high level of awareness of what's going on throughout the day. Not always during this show, but sometimes I do. I've wrestled all week with my pick on this game. One day I think it's Tech will win it. The next day I think the Utes will win it. This is the first road game. I think it's going to be a close game, and my prediction is Utah 28, Texas Tech 24. That's two of those.
I don't think there's I wouldn't be. Yeah, that's the exact same score from both of those guys. I don't. That would not shock me, Chuck. Mm-hmm. I lean towards Texas Tech winning this game, but I truly think these teams are very close to each other. Very close to each other in terms of the type of team and the talent level. I think Tech's more talented, but that doesn't always win football games. I think when you've got two teams that are pretty evenly matched, so many times it comes down to coaching, game plans, and execution of those game plans. So the teams that execute make the least amount of mistakes, and maybe even the coaching staff that puts together the best game plan might be the X factors in these games.
Texas Tech will wear their traditional all whites tomorrow. This will be different than the icy whites that they'll use against BYU, and they'll have the Mahomes Gladiator logo on them as well. So that's what your uniform combo is.
Yeah,
is looking like.
I think they posted that yesterday. I think you wore it once last year. It's the all whites, but the Mahomes logo.
Gladiator. Yeah.
I did think
I should have worn my Mahomes. The lucky lady got me a Mahomes Gladiator white shirt. I should have worn that today.
We should have. Why didn't you?
I don't know. It's just I didn't think about it. Oh, nice, very nice.
I think it was interesting. Coach McGuire confirmed kind of what we had heard a long time ago last night, and that's that eventually, you're shifting towards that being your only logo in football.
Oh, the Gladiator?
Yeah, instead of the Adidas logo. He said we're going to eventually we're going to have that as the logo instead of the Adidas logo, and you'll be all Mahomes logo.
That is Adidas, though.
But it's not the Adidas logo.
No, I understand that, but
it's Adidas, sure.
Yeah.
The parent company is, but you would be the only school in the country that has that as your
logo,
your logo on your jerseys.
The other thing that he threw out last night that I thought was very interesting, because somebody asked him a question about the altitude, and look, it's only about 1,200 feet difference, so it's not that big a deal. Mm-hmm. It's not a big difference. There is a big difference between Lubbock and Wyoming, and he kind of downplayed that a little bit. Like, Wyoming's like at 7,000 feet.
Yeah, there's a big difference.
There's a big difference there. But the thing that he threw out in between it's not that big a deal, is wanting to do a home and home with Texas A&M.
Did hear that? Yeah.
That was just kind of a subtle, hey, Coach Elko, we'd love to do a home and home with Texas A&M. Just kind of came out of left field.
Come on.
Yeah, right. I would love that. Please don't play that game in Jerry's Place, or please don't play that game in Houston, or please don't play that game in Sheboygan. Give me a home and home with A&M. That'd be awesome.
I think Joey McGuire has made some enemies of people that don't know him by how Texas Tech has been able to bring in players this offseason.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's still got a lot of friends in the business too. And Mike Elko being one of them. And then you got guys all over. I hope that those friendships and Joey McGuire's likability does turn into some home and homes.
Well, the problem is, as you well know, Texas Tech has made it clear they're going to have 7 home games. They didn't spend $1 billion on that stadium over the last 30 years. And you're like, oh, Chuck, it wasn't $1 billion. Well, if you total it all up, it's pretty damn close. Between what you did on the west side, what you did on the east side, what you did on the north side, now what you did on the south side, plus adding, you built a Womble, you tore down a Womble, you built another Womble. Anyway, there's a lot of that. Let's see. Dan Dallas, he says this: I'm a believer. Tech wins 38-17. Guns up. Okay.
Hope so.
Utah is going to try and bully full-grown men of Texas Tech and not succeed. Texas Tech 35, Utah 24. Lee Hunter goes off. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We have a 42-13 Texas Tech. Bobby Hot Dog says 42-14. I wonder how Bobby Hot Dogs would feel about drinking chocolate milk out of a hot dog.
I don't know. He could participate with me next week if he wants.
Well, I wouldn't challenge him. He might be wanting to do that. Okay. Marquise says this, I want Tech to win. I have no clue, leaning towards Utah. Come on, Marquise.
I think if you truly think this is a straight-up even game, then you usually lean towards the home team. And I think a lot of the national media believes that. I think Tech has a few more advantages over Utah than they have over Tech. But
I'm not scared to say this. Tech is about to put college football on notice. Tech 42, Utah 17. The former Utah coach will be there, Urban Meyer. I wonder how he'll be received there.
Well, I would think.
You think so?
Yeah, his time was fantastic. Because he was only there 2 years.
He's only there 2 years, right.
And he went to a bigger job.
Yeah.
So I think people tend to understand
that. They probably forgot all about him.
He didn't pull a Chris Beard and go to BYU. Then he would be hated. But I mean, he was, I think, 22-2 in the time that he was there. Yeah. So I think he will be received pretty well.
Okay.
I mean, and it springboarded them to where they are right now.
Yeah, and the coach they have right now.
Kyle Whittingham was the next coach. That's crazy to think about. That Urban Meyer was the last coach to coach at Utah before Kyle Whittingham.
Cameron says this. I got this one being a low-scoring game with Tech's offense coming alive in the third, 27-10. Red Raiders 42-30. Get that score as well. Okay. Grasshopper 28-11. Texas Tech over Utah. Thank you, Grasshopper. Grasshopper.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3, presented today by someone not named Jamie, is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
All right, fellas, we are on the heels of more news from the Big 12. It's not official, but it looks like there will be a London game next season.
Oh, God.
I just brought this up just for you, Chuck. Next year, it appears that we'll have a game at Wembley Stadium between the Kansas Jayhawks and Arizona State.
This is a Big 12 game. So somebody's giving up a home game. Kansas is. Yeah, is that figured out?
Because they're still doing construction on the stadium, as
they're said. Well, they're going to tear down the east side stands.
So, yeah.
In the off season. But I thought the stadium was going to be ready to go, but maybe not.
Part of the article cited that the Jayhawks Kansas is open to facing Arizona and London, in part because the Jayhawks Stadium is set for off-season construction and may have reduced seating capacity for the Sun Devils visit.
Okay.
So
it's not like they're going to need them.
They could. I don't know if Arizona State fans try.
Okay.
Anyway, so the question with that is, if Texas Tech were forced, if the Big 12 said, hey, you've got to play a international game, I want you to give me a city and a Big 12 opponent you would want it to be against. If you had to do one.
So you're forcing me to pick a city.
I am forcing you.
Okay.
And say it's got to be overseas either.
Yeah.
Could be Rio, could be Mexico City, could be
Jamaica.
Tokyo.
Jamaica? All-inclusive resort?
I don't know if there's a football stadium that could house the
Jamaica.
What you needed there. Yeah.
Ocho Rios or someplace like that.
Yeah, something like that. So I need a city and a Big 12 opponent if you were forced to play a Big 12 game internationally.
Okay. I'm still captivated by the Olympics there. Because I think I'd love to go see where the guy, shot the arrow to the torch. I think Barcelona would be a good spot.
Okay,
Barcelona. Oh God, who cares?
Somebody does.
I know, but I mean, let's just a Big 12 opponent. I don't want it to be a game that's like that. I really that burning desire to see. So I'll say Well, you know what? Let's just make it. I'll just make it interesting for myself. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do KU because that just makes it too difficult for me. I'll say, since it's the Sun Devils, I'll say Arizona State.
Okay.
Barcelona.
Give me Kansas State in Sydney, Australia.
Oh, wow.
We're going to change the latitude of this place.
Okay.
By
I like
going to
that.
Sydney. And that may be what we need to turn this record upside down, is to go down under.
Sydney was my second pick.
Really?
I think Australia.
Do you want to go to us? Is that a bucket list place for you?
It's a bucket list place for sure for me. I would probably want to spend more time than going to watch the Red Raiders there, but I think that would be a lot of fun. Mine is, I want the rematch of the Tokyo Bowl from 1988.
Oklahoma State?
Do Oklahoma State in Tokyo.
Okay.
Make it in 2028. Why not? Do it 30 years apart? No, 40.
Let's not do math. What year was it? 80?
88, so that's 40 years apart.
Okay.
You'd go 2028 Tokyo Bowl.
No, it's not 40
Texas
years.
Tech.
It's not 40 years.
Yeah, it is. 2028 to 1988 is 40 years.
Okay.
Right? Yes. So I'm only 35 right now.
You're right.
Okay, I thought so.
You got
You
it.
just said, let's not do math, and you're like, that's not 40 years. This is why we don't do math. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, give me Tokyo. And because everything's going towards Europe right now. Everybody's wanting to play Europe. Why not tap the Asian market?
Yeah, but what about, we built this stadium here for 7 home games. It's like we've got a really nice basketball arena.
Hey, this is not part of the
This was not part of the equation.
It's not.
I know.
This is if it's forced upon you.
I got it. I'm going to be
And you're still going to have the 7 home games. This is one of your road games.
I'm going to be pretty bitter.
No.
I'm going to be pretty bitter.
That's why we're going to Australia, to get away from your bitterness.
You could still have your 7 home games, Chuck. There's no guarantee.
I know, but I'm tired of Arkansas State, Slippery Rock, Austin Peay, Arkansas Pine Bluff, Kent State, good God. Incarnate Word, If I never see Incarnate Word again, I will be a happy guy.
Aren't they on the Lady Raider schedule?
They are. I'm pretty sure they are.
Just checking.
Pretty sure.
Here's who you would have if it did happen in that 2028 season. It's the whole 7.
Oh, you got the Matrix there.
I've got the
Bullfighter says, sign me up for Oklahoma State in Rome at the Coliseum. Okay.
Oh man.
Somebody says this TCU versus Texas Tech in Mexico City.
Let's go.
Okay. I think Wembley would be awesome against BYU. Barcelona to host us, the Matadors.
Ooh. There you go.
A million years ago, when I was in college, a buddy of mine was in the K-State band, and they played. K-State played at, I don't know who they played. They played at Wembley, but the women in the K-State marching band were the first women to perform on that field at Wembley Stadium.
Yeah.
This is in the early 80s.
Okay.
So
I think there's.
Who are our choices in 2028 on the Matrix?
That's one of the years you don't have.
Oh, you don't have the Matrix. Okay.
No, I do have the Matrix, but it's not the. You'd have a road game in the first 3. So Stephen F. Austin at Mississippi State, and then Wyoming at home.
Yeah.
So that would only be 6 home games. Darn. You could do it in 2029. We got Incarnate Word, Mississippi State, and Missouri State.
Do we play with Incarnate Word in 2029?
Incarnate Word, Mississippi State, and Missouri State are our 3 for 2029 currently.
I was just kidding. And here we are.
We still do have them.
We still got them. We get this. Munich football is huge in Germany. That from Papa Fob. Josh Foppel.
There's a lot of options.
In Munich, I don't want to go to Munich. I'd love to see the 72 Olympic stuff, but that's still, what happened there just still awful.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
With Chois Woodman and Jeff McGuire, I'm Chuck Heinz. Choice is in for Jamie Lent today. So we I've been enjoying picking Choice's brain a little bit and getting his take on things. Do you have any field trips scheduled for Utah, or is it too?
There's no time.
There's no time.
There'll be a dinner where I'm going to be extremely distracted watching a football game on my phone tonight.
Okay, because you got Friendship and Lubbock Cooper.
So I'll be watching that while we're at dinner, eating somewhere, and then that's pretty well it.
Dinner out or dinner at the hotel?
Dinner out. We'll go. Radio crew usually.
Oh, the radio crew.
We usually go grab
separate from the team.
Go eat somewhere. So we'll do that, and then we do. And then I have to get some audio ready for the game itself, and I'll be watching a football game tonight, and it's such a short turnaround. If I would have gone hiking or something along those lines.
Okay.
Had we had like
gone over to
a
the
night game,
genealogy center, that's pretty fascinating.
At Utah.
Yeah, in Salt Lake.
The genealogy center.
Yeah, the Mormon genealogy center.
No, I have.
Yeah, that's pretty. And the tabernacle, I don't know if they're using it tonight or not, but I mean, it's beautiful. The temple is being redone because they're earthquake proofing it. I mean, they're taking it down to the
earthquake proofing
to the bones of the skeleton of the stadium or the temple underground to make sure that it's earthquake proof.
By golly! So
it's a big project, and the Delta Center is right downtown, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
go in there and see that. Well, it sounds like you got a lot going on. 10
a.m. local kickoff tightens things up.
Yeah, no.
It also gets you home quick, so okay.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So we'll have Friendship and Lubbock Cooper tonight. Who do you think wins this game tonight? I think
I'm going to go with my biases and say that the Friendship Tigers win. Okay. Because why not? I do think this will be a fantastic matchup. I think both teams are. Friendship had some struggles getting things going, especially on the offensive side in the first couple of weeks. Seemed to get right last week. I think Cooper is just a solid football team and program. I think you're going to see some points on the board tonight, and it'll be a shootout type of game.
Yeah. Let's see here. This is Monterey will play tonight. They take on Odessa High. This will be at Lowry Field. We'll have this game for you on 93.7 The Eagle. Jason Sims, the head coach at Monterey, said this. I loved this yesterday, is what he said. He said, we are never going to El Paso again for regular season games after what happened last week. Their bus broke down on the way. Then they had weather delays. Then they were supposed to start the band. The band there in El Paso for Franklin was only supposed to play for 10 minutes coming out of halftime. They were insistent about playing after a big weather delay, okay? And so they were supposed to play 10 minutes, and they put the drill team out there, and Coach Sims like, well, I knew that wasn't going to be 10 minutes. And then the band played. So he said, we're not going back unless it's for the playoffs. We are not going to play a regular season game in El Paso. And then what really ticked him off, he didn't say ticked off, it kind of he wasn't happy. And I've seen this happen before, and this really infuriates me when this happens. Because high school bands do this all the time. They leave after their halftime performance. And he said, if you're about it, be about it. You know, he said they should have stayed for the whole game.
We got some disgruntlement between the.
Did they leave, or did they just get the third quarter off? Because I know our band got the third quarter off.
They left.
I think I've seen them leave too from El Paso.
Oh my God. For sure. I've seen them leave too in Lubbock.
And it takes forever for a band to get loaded up and.
Oh, I mean, it's nothing but a distraction. Nothing but a distraction.
The band is the distraction
when they leave.
Oh, okay.
When they're picking up all their stuff and leaving.
I'm very pro band for high school football.
I am
games.
too. I'm very pro band, and I love the fact that the going band from Raiderland. It feels to me like the band has been playing more this year than recent years. That there's less musical interruption from the various artists.
I'll take your word for it.
It just seems like the band is playing more. So hopefully I like it. I like it when the band plays a lot. I mean, they're there. Might as well use them.
Okay.
Right?
Sure.
Don't just be there for halftime. Now, Coronado's in action tonight The Mustangs, boy. They play at Abilene Cooper, and Coach Andrew Roy, he said that they've had some guys weed themselves out.
Okay.
And so anyway, he said they've had a fun group. They've had fun this week with practice. He said they have a group that wants to be there. Okay, they're still missing their best running back. And then he said this, and I love this. He said, "We are not going to coach effort." And he said, "This has been a tough week for everyone, coaches included."
Okay.
So I love the fact, you shouldn't have to coach effort.
No, you
right?
shouldn't.
Shouldn't have to coach effort.
Yeah.
So the Cooper quarterback, he says, real athletic. He wants to see how his team responds. He said the defense up front is big and strong. He said he's interested to see how his team responds. He said, be a man. Who responds is who's going to be there the rest of the year. I love that.
Yeah.
I've seen the lights on my way to work, but he told me the week ago that they practice early in the morning. Lubbock High's coming off of a win, so hopefully that he said they played 4 quarters, which is
okay.
I mean, they've got 4 quarters. Sometimes you don't play all 4,
No,
right?
you don't.
You take time off. I mean, we've got 3 hours. Sometimes, like the other day, they didn't really all go together really well. I mean, it was a kind of a bad meal. It was meatloaf. Wednesday was kind of meatloaf.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know that meatloaf's a bad meal.
Well,
It is for him.
It is for me. I had a lot of meatloaf growing up.
Okay.
I will never ever have meatloaf again.
Well, he goes on his meatloaf ramp. I had meatloaf the other day. It was so good.
I've never had meatloaf in my
Never
life.
had meatloaf? Dude.
I think my dad didn't like meatloaf, so Mom never cooked it growing up, so we never had it.
We haven't
Try
had,
once.
We
I
haven't
would.
had,
I would.
Hey, and you can just follow. You just go pick up any of the canned things. They've all got a recipe on them. Super easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, a 2-year-old could make it if they could reach the stove.
Oh man, I had enough meatloaf to.
Again, Chuck's gonna be on his meatloaf right now. I'm telling you, Choice, it's super easy. Makes great sandwiches.
This has been the Morning Drive Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet97.3.com.